When the SR-71 Blackbird was officially withdrawn from active duty in the late 1990s, the international community largely accepted that an unparalleled era of flight had reached its conclusion. No other aircraft in history had flown with such speed, attained such altitude, or so routinely penetrated the deep awareness of adversaries without ever being successfully engaged. It was far more than a simple machine. It stood as a powerful myth, a construct of pure titanium and controlled fire. However, that myth was never truly extinguished. Underneath decades of intense classification and profound silence, the Blackbird did not merely rest, it underwent a fundamental rebirth. It was not restored as a historical relic of the Cold War, but ruthlessly re-engineered into an instrument far more potent and menacing, specifically optimized for the digital, hypersonic, and AI-driven future of warfare. The extent of these comprehensive upgrades entirely redefines the platform. The United States and its allied forces now assert an undeniable total control, eliminating all remaining doubt about who governs the high stratosphere. The sheer anticipation of what this newly invisible machine is capable of achieving serves as a primary psychological deterrent. The absolute foundation of this entire technological transformation lies within the engine compartment. The legendary Pratt & Whitney J58s, the original heart of the Blackbird, have been completely superseded by adaptive cycle propulsion technology. This advanced system flawlessly integrates the functions of turbofan, ramjet, and scramjet capabilities into one continuous, high-performance unit, resulting in the ability to sustain flight well beyond Mach 6. This represents a complete and total mastery of speed, establishing an unchallengeable form of true hypersonic dominance. To survive and operate under this immense power, engineers had to conquer the most extreme challenges of thermal management. At sustained speeds above Mach 6, aerodynamic friction alone violently transforms the aircraft's titanium skin into a hostile layer of glowing, superheated plasma. The crucial solution was found in advanced metamaterials, carbon-silicon composite structures engineered at the molecular level to actively manage, dissipate, and radiate this intense heat. These novel coatings also possess highly effective radar-absorbing properties, granting the aircraft levels of operational stealth that its original 1960s designers could only wildly conceptualize. The new Blackbird is universally feared because it is utterly invisible, possesses unprecedented intelligence, and remains fundamentally untouchable. This reality is dominance achieved by fundamental, unyielding design. Crucially, raw speed is strategically worthless without absolute precision. The resurrected SR-71 now operates with an advanced artificial intelligence core that is intricately integrated into both its flight control and mission systems.
Before we get to that, I need your help. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I need your help. So I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and help me out.
At its cruising altitude of 100,000 feet, where the window for human reaction is minimal, the machine brain operates autonomously to preemptively predict atmospheric turbulence, instantly optimize the aircraft's flight path, and manage the complex engine cycles with a speed impossible for any human pilot. The AI's function is not to replace human decision-making. It profoundly amplifies the pilot's capacity, effectively turning the Blackbird into a semi-autonomous predator that responds faster than any enemy missile system can achieve a stable lock-on. The humiliation inflicted upon adversaries is absolute and continuous. Their desperate defensive efforts to track or engage the plane only result in making the Blackbird smarter, faster, and more operationally agile in real time. The AI serves as the aircraft's primary central nervous system, efficiently managing and synthesizing vast quantities of data to create a unified, airborne, and fully comprehensive sensor network. Synthetic aperture radar, hyperspectral infrared optics, and highly sensitive electronic intelligence arrays are combined into one single seamless and all-encompassing vision of the operational environment below. Where the original SR-71 relied on bulky film cartridges, this new platform streams live, critical intelligence instantly via secure, quantum-encrypted data links. The traditional strategic delay between sensing an event and making a strategic command decision has been utterly eliminated. The intelligence cycle is now instantaneous. The aircraft does not merely perform intelligence gathering, it actively changes the entire battlefield calculus as it flies. This transition from basic intelligence collection to total, instantaneous awareness leaves the enemy strategically exposed without recourse. This new system operates as a cohesive, fully synchronized combat network, communicating constantly and securely with orbiting satellites, deployed autonomous drones, and distant ground command centers. The machine brain is capable of instantly sharing processed target data with unmanned systems hundreds of miles away. It can designate targets, deploy sophisticated jamming against hostile radar systems, or mark specific points for precision weapons, all without reducing its hypersonic speed or revealing its precise presence. The Blackbird, which in its previous life was defined by the need to outrun missiles, now actively commands the Allied systems that destroy them. This operational reality confirms that U.S. dominance in this domain is inevitable. The structural redesign is a necessary reinforcement for this massive technological leap. The airframe, meticulously rebuilt using advanced titanium alloys and nanocarbon reinforcements, possesses significantly improved structural stiffness and resistance to extreme thermal stress. It is simultaneously lighter, yet substantially stronger, capable of carrying modular pods for highly specialized reconnaissance or electronic attack payloads. Every physical surface of the aircraft is functional, featuring dynamic wing edges that subtly change their shape and camber at hypersonic speed. This morphing design eliminates the need for large, radar-reflecting control surfaces. The Blackbird's physical structure itself thinks aerodynamically, a compelling testament to American engineering competence that renders entire generations of enemy defense strategies completely obsolete. The resulting reality is brutally clear. The original Blackbird was merely difficult to reach. The new one is invisible, possesses artificial intelligence, and is fundamentally untouchable. Tracking an aircraft that sustains speeds above Mach 6 while actively and surgically scrambling its own electronic signature is an operationally impossible task. Its intense heat signature is effectively masked by continuous active cooling systems. Even if an adversary manages a near miss and achieves momentary detection, the crucial time window to successfully fire a weapon closes in mere seconds. By the time an enemy missile acquires a stable radar lock, the Blackbird is already hundreds of miles past the horizon.
Before we get to that, I need your help. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I need your help. So I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and help me out.
This state of operational being is accurately defined as deterrence by absolute impossibility. You cannot neutralize what you physically cannot catch. The resulting deep psychological pressure on adversaries is constant and crippling. The fear that a silent black shape could be perpetually watching, recording, and transmitting intelligence keeps all adversaries in a continuous state of doubt and paralyzing operational caution. This enforced strategic restraint is a profound humiliation. The enemy's inherent strategic chaos is instantly laid bare when confronted with decisive, technologically overwhelming U.S. action. The pilot's cockpit has been transformed into a seamless digital interface, projecting integrated sensor data and threat analysis directly into their field of view. The pilot and the machine are now fully fused, transforming complex control inputs into a natural extension of human thought and intent. Strategically, the upgraded SR-71's function is indispensable. In today's highly contested anti-access environments, where sophisticated surface-to-air, Missile batteries proliferate across continents. Normal aircraft face extreme restrictions. The Blackbird effortlessly cuts through these zones by operating exclusively above them, utilizing the hypersonic corridor, where the laws of physics themselves provide the ultimate armor. Its extreme altitude and speed make attempts to shoot it down not merely unlikely, but an economically unsustainable expenditure of resources. Enemy systems are compelled to waste vast amounts of capital and time attempting to hit a target that fundamental physics consistently denies them. This controlled satisfaction is an integral, strategic part of the operation. History validates this enduring advantage. The SR-71 faced documented evidence of over 4,000 enemy missile launches across its operational lifetime, and not a single launch ever succeeded in interception. The enemy's expensive missiles were repeatedly defeated and exhausted purely by the aircraft's sheer, unyielding velocity. Its ultimate defense was the act of continuous, high-speed motion itself. Even modern, supposedly sophisticated systems encounter the same unyielding physical limits. The upgraded version simply compounds this advantage. New stealth coatings minimize its radar signature further, and highly advanced electronic countermeasures blind enemy sensors before a stable radar lock can even be attempted. The aircraft remains permanently untouchable and uncatchable. The SR-71 stands as the ultimate symbol of strategic invulnerability. Enemy interceptors, launched with maximum effort, consistently fail to close the necessary distance. The radar signal briefly appears, streaks across the screen, and then completely vanishes. Its continued, successful existence communicates a clear, undeniable message to all opponents. We possess total vision, and you lack the capacity to stop us. This establishes a perfect, undeniable display of American technical superiority and strategic freedom of action. The Blackbird now expertly occupies the critical operational space between the predictable satellite and the vulnerable drone. Operating near the edge of space, it surveys vast continental areas while still maintaining the crucial capacity for a pilot's instant control. This extreme operational flexibility transforms basic surveillance into a sustained, inescapable pressure that adversaries feel acutely. When the Blackbird appears on radar, their window for effective strategic response has already expired. The mere knowledge of its presence forces enemy commanders to hesitate, terrified of instant exposure and counteraction. That very moment of hesitation is the weapon itself. The tension created leads to inevitable strategic paralysis. Any defensive base can be mapped, and any missile launch position logged. The only possible defense is evasive movement, but that movement itself reveals critical patterns that the machine brain instantly exploits. This creates an endless, self-defeating feedback loop that only the faster thinker can escape. Beyond observation, the SR-71 now carries and deploys advanced electronic warfare tools for active sabotage. It uses surgical deception jamming, creating ghost blimps on enemy radar screens through a precise technique known as range gate stealing. Enemy radar is tricked into seeing multiple targets moving at impossibly high speeds. By the time the operator can logically identify the real contact, the jet is gone. This is enemy humiliation executed flawlessly by superior technology. The deception is surgically precise. It does not merely generate wide-spectrum noise. It injects the exact signal the enemy system is programmed to expect, forcing their own computer systems to deliver strategically false data. Operating at the very edge of space grants the SR-71 an undeniable strategic high ground, enabling it to effortlessly bypass ground defenses that rely on the Earth's curvature for concealment. Critically, it can simultaneously intercept, jam, and misdirect hostile satellite communication links, temporarily silencing the vital connection between enemy satellites and their ground control stations. The United States achieves undeniable electromagnetic dominance through its control of the stratosphere. This total intelligence capability is underpinned by onboard computers executing machine-assisted signal analysis, capable of processing millions of data points in real time. The aircraft listens, deciphers, and reacts instantly. If an enemy radar shifts frequencies, the system automatically adjusts. If a new, unknown signal emerges, its geographical location is fixed within seconds. This immediate, automated response makes the SR-71 the perfect first responder in electronic warfare. It can traverse a continent in under an hour to restore total situational awareness for Allied forces. It is no longer a simple spy plane, it is a vital rescue vehicle for lost or compromised signals. The SR-71 seamlessly fuses speed and intelligence into a single, overwhelming weapon. Its systems constantly predict human commands. When it detects an enemy missile battery, it instantly calculates all threat parameters and automatically suggests the most optimal countermeasures or precision strike coordinates. The result is a stream of intelligence that updates itself faster than any ground-based command center could ever manage. The side with faster intelligence does not merely react to warfare, it proactively dictates its terms. A single SR-71 pass can effectively initiate and guide a full-scale military operation before the aircraft has even completed its mission. The crucial time delay between identifying a critical threat and executing a tactical action shrinks to mere minutes. This aircraft stands as the definitive, ultimate proof that technology and intelligence are no longer separate forces in modern conflict. They are one consolidated weapon, operating at sustained speeds above Mach 6. The SR-71 does not simply observe events, it actively determines and alters their progression. Its speed effectively bends the constraints of time, and its intelligence definitively bends strategic outcomes. It is the fastest strategist alive, a machine that perceives the entire battlefield, completely understands its dynamics, and successfully shapes its events before anyone on the enemy side even recognizes what has occurred. In the quiet, thin air above 80,000 feet, the SR-71 does not simply watch history unfold. It writes it, one hypersonic, decisive action at a time. What you've seen is only the beginning. America's power is just getting started. On your screen is the next video. Click the video, it opens right away, and you'll watch US jets and technology strike even harder.